What's going on, everybody? Respawn Gentleman here. So today's guide for No Man's Sky is actually going to be about Exosuit expansion. So I've already expanded it a little bit, but you can see that whenever you start, you have a whole bunch of empty space and not a lot of things you can use. I'm actually going to show you 3 different ways you can expand your Exosuit and get it completely maxed out. Now, there is a 4th way to increase it as well, but it's only in very specific situations, and I'll go over that a little bit later. So the first one I'm going to go over is actually the free way to do it. It doesn't cost you any money for the most part. It can occasionally, and that is through drop pods. So drop pods, you can either find them just by flying around the planet, just scanning for them. You can sometimes see them. Otherwise, you'll need to locate these drop pod coordinate data. They can be found in a whole bunch of different places. You can get them in uh, minor settlements from the technology merchant, from the Colossal Archives technology merchant. You can get them from crashed freighters. You can get them from crashed ships. There's a whole host of ways you can get them, but they're also not super common. This does take a little bit longer to get. So I'm here at a Colossal Archive. You can see big old boy. And if you're going to get one from one of these, and this also applies to a minor settlement, you just want to go up to the technology merchant, who is right over here. Let me get over to him. This guy right here. He'll be across from basically is the first merchant you get to. You'll talk to him, and in this particular case, he happens to have some. So you want to purchase components, which is the very first one on there. And then if you go down, you can see he's got drop pod coordinate data. Now, these range, like you can kind of see behind my head, it's about 102,000 right now. They vary. I bought one at like 97,000. So it can take some money to do it this way. Otherwise, you can find them in the other ways that I mentioned. But what you want to do as soon as you have one of those, you want to get your signal booster out. So let's get our signal booster. That down. And once you have it down, then you'll actually open up the menu, and you'll choose the second option, which says decipher one drop pod coordinate data. You'll click that, and it'll scan for a drop pod, which it looks like it found one in the direction of my settlement. Cool. So let's head over there and go get it. So speaking of settlements, if you're curious about them and if you've never used them before and want to know more about them, I do have a couple of videos I'll link down in the description below that kind of tells you everything you need to know about settlements and how to run them. So here we are at the drop pod. Let's go ahead and land next to one. But this is what it looks like. So if you fly around, just kind of look for something like this. Now, when you go inside this one, it's not for free. You do have to repair these items. From my testing, I haven't seen anything other than what's available here. So you'll always need 1 antimatter housing. You'll need 10 sodium nitrate, and you'll need 1 carbon nanotube. All you need to do is, when you have that, repair each one, and then it'll give you your free upgrade slot. So you don't get to choose where it goes. It automatically does that for you. But there you go. And that's how you do it with drop pods. So for the second method of increasing your storage space is you want to go to the space station for whatever system you're in. Let's go ahead and go over there now. All right, so once you're in the space station, you actually want to head over to the right side, which is over here. This is where all of the technology merchants are. You want to head to the one all the way at the end over by the appearance modifier and the ship seller. So this guy will give you exosuit blueprints and upgrades and stuff like that, but you don't need to talk to him. You just need to go to this thing right here. And again, it'll be just like before, except you don't have to do any like fixing or anything. You just upgrade it. Now, there is a cost associated with this. It doesn't show it right here because I'm playing in creative mode, but I will go over the costs in just a minute. And then there you go. That's all you got to do. And you can only do this once per system. So once you've collected it from the space station, you'll have to go to a whole new star system in order to collect it from the space station again. So the third way you can get more exosuit storage is actually in the space anomaly. So let's go ahead and head over there, and I'll show you where to go for that. All right, so here we are on the space anomaly, and what you want to do is basically the same thing as the space station, except it's slightly different. There's not a merchant that you go to. So once you're starting out, you want to head to the back and just kind of follow the path that I take. I mean, there's numerous ways to go. You can go this way, there's the other side as well. But the main thing is you want to get to the middle of the ship, which is this here. And once you're in here, you can see the portal over there. So if you came in through the portal side, you'll just want to come in here. So Nada and Polo are in this room over here. You basically just want to go opposite of them. So there's a little section down here where it's got some technology things you can do for each thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm actually going to be having a video covering all of that coming up soon. So definitely, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, and you will see that coming. So right over here on the left side at the very end is the Exosuit upgrade. The guy next to me, you can talk to him to get blueprints. But this is just like the space station. You purchase the cost for it, and you can upgrade it. Now, you can also change which one you're upgrading, whether it's the general, the technology, or the cargo. And there's different costs associated with those. Now, just like the space stations, you can only use the Space Anomaly Exosuit upgrade once per system. However, you can summon that in any system you go to. So you can always get 2 Exosuit upgrades per system. So as you can see on the screen, these are the costs for the general inventory. It starts at 5,000 and increases to 10,000 after that, and then every single one after that just increases by 10,000. So it can get kind of costly. The total for increasing your general inventory from not using like the drop pod or anything like that beforehand, just using like the space stations and space anomaly, it's going to cost you a total of 5,955 unit credits to be able to do this. Now, for the technology slot, that one you can see on the screen is much less expensive. So if you want to upgrade those, it's going to cost you a total of 756,000 credits, which is a lot less than the previous one. Now, the cargo tab is a bit more expensive. You can see on the screen here, it starts at a much higher price of 50,000, and it just increases by 50,000 each time. So for the total for increasing the cargo slots is 9,750,000. So it's quite a bit. Now, if you want to purchase all of the upgrades and not deal with the drop pods at all, it's going to cost you 16,461,000 credits to do so. I will actually be having guides coming out very soon on different ways to make money, so definitely stay tuned for those. So the fourth way, which I don't really count because it's only in a specific circumstance, is actually through the community expeditions. So let's go ahead and start a brand new expedition. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are in the 4th expedition during the revisited campaign that's going on right now at the time of recording of this video. And you can see on the Rendezvous 1 challenge, it has the inventory slot times 3. So what that means is you'll get these upgrades that'll give you free inventory slots for your exosuit, which is fantastic. The one downside to this is it only exists in the expeditions. There's none in creative or normal, permadeath, survival. Doesn't matter what other mode you choose. These are only available in expeditions. So if you don't want to play the expeditions, or maybe there's not a current expedition happening at the moment, then this isn't super useful, which is why I didn't include it in the main 3 that I talked about before. And that is how you upgrade your exosuit. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button as it helps me an absolute ton, and it lets YouTube know that they need to show this video to more people as well. I will be having more guides coming out for No Man's Sky, so definitely stay tuned for those, and see you guys next time.